Hello. Hey, everybody. Day 3. Oh, these glasses are pretty dirty. Day 3 of going live. Super excited. Say hello if you're here, especially on YouTube. I would love to see you. Hi, Rian. Hello, hello. On YouTube, it doesn't tell me who's here and who's not. So today we're going to talk about some fun things we can do. So it might be a little bit beyond the basics, but I really think that that's okay. That's as a beginner, you can still do some things that are really fun. It's like when I talk to people who are starting up knitting, and I'm like, you don't have to just make a scarf. Like there's other things beginners can do. Hey, everybody. Hello, hello. There's other wonderful things that beginners can do. And for those beginners, yeah, stretch your legs a little. Have some fun. Have some fun. Don't get too scared. So if you have any questions about machine embroidery as we go, please go for it. Ask me. We can chat as we go. If you have any questions about Foundations of Machine Embroidery, which closes tomorrow, then come on. Go ahead and ask them anytime. Anytime. So what we're going to talk about today, we're going to talk about some fun threads you can use for machine embroidery. We're going to talk about some fun needles. There are actually different needles that you can use. And then we'll talk, I actually have another sample. We'll talk couching with embroidery. And then last but not least, we will talk about some fun different fabrics that you can use, some different materials you can embroider on. I like to say materials because you can literally embroider on wood. So it's not always fabric. So let's dive right into, oh shoot. I forgot to bring my 28 weight thread sample, but that's okay. We'll talk about these. I don't think I have 28 weight thread in here either. That's fine. Say hi if you just joined me on YouTube, because Instagram's great and it shows me who pops in, but YouTube does not. So I don't know if you're here. Just say hi. I love to know who's here. We're going to start off with thread. Now, typical machine embroidery thread. Oh, I have some right here. If you're in Aurifil, it's going to be the green spools. I'm going to go ahead and open this on camera. If you're working with Aurifil, and you want to be careful with this because you can really, I've messed up a ton of spools by opening them a little willy-nilly. If you're in Aurifil, the 40 weight is the, hello, Jenny. 40 weight is the typical machine embroidery thread weight. So it's going to fill out your designs perfectly because they're digitized for this weight. They are made to use this weight. I honestly use 40 and 50 weight interchangeably. I just did a blog post for Aurifil that was all about how the different thread weights stitch out. And I use 40 and 50 weight interchangeably. And after that blog post, I realized just how big a difference there is in these two thread weights. Like, there's a big difference. So 40 weight is going to be your best bet to fill out your designs as they are intended to stitch out. But 12 weight is gorgeous and so much fun. And I've really fallen in love recently with 28 weight thread. Majorly fallen in love with that. It embroiders beautifully. It quilts beautifully. I even pieced, what did I piece together with it? Oh, I think my zipper pouch, because my machine was already all set up because I was quilting with it. And I think that I pieced this together with it. I just did my top stitching in a different color. But yeah, I'm in love with 28 weight and 12 weight. The way you're going to stitch out with 12 weight. Now I have a class dedicated to this and we're going to be doing it live again in June. But you get the recording. You get to watch it as many times as you want. But we are going to be doing the 12-weight workshop again. So that'll help you know everything you need to know about working with 12-weight thread. Tips like don't use your cutter. You're going to want a top stitch needle, things like that. But I can stitch with it at top speeds in my machine, no problem, as long as I have the right needle, size and type, as long as I don't use the cutter on my machine, things like that. 12-weight is gorgeous because it's going to give you a hand-stitched look. Now, the sad thing is, I just got rid of a lot of my samples. They all got like given away. And a lot of my 12-weight samples are actually going to be in the fall issue of Creative Embroidery magazine. So I'll let you know when those come out because that's all about 12-weight thread. Really excited about that. My articles are anyway. So here we go. It's going to give you that hand stitched look. You're going to use designs that are like quilting designs that are more open. There are some designs through Embroidery Library and Urban Threads that are specifically digitized for thick threads. It's about half the density of a normal design. So thread weight is a great way to stretch your legs and start to play and have fun as a beginner. It's a great way to start out. Like I said, we could consider it a more advanced technique, but you're still doing all the same hooping and threading of the machine, and there's not really anything advanced that goes into it. So why not? Why not? Why not try it out? Just have some fun. So 40 weight. When we're talking Aurifil thread, which you know I love my Aurifil thread, we are talking 40 weight, 50 weight, 28 weight, and 12 weight. Those are the ones that I would put in the machine. My 28 weight sample, you'll have to go to my Instagram for YouTube people. For Instagram people, go to my feed and you'll see the stellar whale. It's like a whale with the stars and like crystals inside it. That is all 28 weight thread. I am obsessed with 28 weight right now. 12 weight had its moment for me. And now 28 weight is. And why I say that is because it's a little more versatile than 12 weight thread as far as designs go. So 12 weight thread, if you did a design, let me see. 12 weight would actually stitch out really beautifully for this in the hoop design because it's all running stitch and it's just a triple stitch. But if you did something like this, oh, sorry, YouTube. Okay. Or this, right? Some of our more dense designs with a thicker thread, it could just become, it could just become a thick, bulky mess. Your machine would start making some funky noises. Not exactly what we're looking for here, right? But 28 weight thread is a little more versatile. It could still be a little, you can still have designs that are too bulky, too densely digitized, but you have a little more room to play around than you do with 12 weight thread. So 12 weight workshop, it's part of my early summer workshop series. We're doing some workshops at the beginning of summer, and then I'll probably do some at the end of summer as well. I don't know if they'll be the same workshops. There we go. 12 weight workshop. Get in there if you want a more hand stitched look with your embroidery. You're somebody like me who is obsessed with texture. Obsessed with texture. I want things to have more dimension and texture and feel. Oh, I'm so tactile. That's why I'm the worst at quilt shows, because every quilt, I want to touch it. It's just so satisfying. So have fun with threads. You know, what I'm talking about right now is cotton threads. There's also polyester threads, rayon threads. I love wool blend. If you really want to take that texture to the next level, then go with a wool blend. A wool blend will be amazing. Aurifil is discontinuing their wool 12 weight thread in the States. Go buy it up while you can. You might be able to get good deals on it. Um, but it's incredible. It really is incredible. I have got to clean these glasses. I'm sorry if you can see all the water spots on them. If you have any questions about this, YouTube, I see some people have come and gone and come and gone. So say hi if you're watching on YouTube. I'd love to know who's here. I'd love to know your questions. And hello to those on Instagram as well. It's a bit better. It's a bit better. Otherwise, I'm gonna keep going because I got learning for y'all. And I grabbed the wrong pack of needles. I thought I had the right ones, but let's talk about some fun needles that you can choose. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay. So Sprinkle of Zeal said, I'm back. I went to a Bernina authorized dealer yesterday and I understand the hype now. Yeah. If you don't want to fall in love with the Bernina, then stay away from Berninas. Just stay away from them because the second you look at a Bernina, it could be over for you. Only thing is my machine isn't worth much now, so I'll have to save up. Yes. And I totally get that. Absolutely. Stay in touch with that dealer because they do incredible deals. They'll do, if you are in a position where you can do this or want to do this, they do financing deals a lot with that's how I got my machine. I was 26. I needed help getting my machine. So, or I think even younger, maybe 24. So 60 months, 0% financing, super helpful, super helpful. So I'm excited for you though. I love that. I can't wait. Oh, I'm so sad though, because I paid $12K for my machine and it's only worth $2 to $4K. Ugh, I'm so sorry. We're in a hard total pivot. But, and honestly, I'm kind of speaking out my ass right now. Sorry. I am. But I think that what has happened is sewing machines have taken a huge leap, right? In technology and capabilities. So it's been tough if you're reselling your machine because it might have been top of the line when you bought it, tons of worth a lot, can do so much, but technology has taken a huge leap. It'd be like reselling an iPhone 6, right? But it's still really good. It does everything I want. Or 7. I have an 8, so I don't know what I'm talking about. My iPhone. I just looked for it. I just looked for my phone and I'm on my phone. But yeah, it'd be like me trying to sell this phone right now. It's but it still works really well. It's got the capabilities. Why not? So sorry. I'm sorry. But definitely let's talk about what machine you were looking at and stuff because I love to know. I love to know about everybody's machines. So let's talk needles. Once again, hi. I just watched a bunch of people show up, leave, show up on YouTube. So say hi if you're here on YouTube. I don't have the pack of needles that I wanted to bring. There aren't, just because there aren't a ton of different needles to use anyway. But something fun to do with your embroidery is you can actually take some quilting designs or red work designs or something that is basically an outline, right? Just running stitches, just outline type designs, and stitch that out with a twin needle. You're going to get this double image. Sometimes it looks stupid. That's the risk we run to get to the glory of a really cool design. Sometimes it looks really stupid. Sometimes it looks incredible. Fun to do for kids quilts. I've actually seen somebody do the 2 colors and then put on, the vintage 3D glasses. So a blue and a red. To get a more 3D effect for quilting or designs or something on a backpack or whatever. But it's really cute, really fun. It can create some really stunning motifs that you didn't have before, right? So you'll take a quilting design. You could take something like this. This would be really trippy. This might be one that turned out just kind of ugly. But something like this, right? Where we are just working with straight stitching. Running stitches can be triple stitch or single stitch. Oh, we're going to talk about this in a second, but this is a quilting design too. Okay. Something like that would probably be impossible to do for this, but play around with some quilting designs and stitch them out with a twin needle. Stitch them out with a twin needle. With your Bernina, you definitely want to tell it that you have a twin needle on. You're not going to use a straight stitch plate for any of the embroidery machines that have a straight stitch plate. So there's a few things that would be a little different with that. I don't know if there are blog posts. Maybe I should look really quick. Sometimes my tangents deserve some research. Okay. Twin needle. So if you look on We All Sew, and there might be other resources for this out there on other embroidery blogs or things like that. But if you look on We All Sew, I just searched twin needle, and you can see twin needle and Q-matic on a Bernina long arm, which is really cool. They're doing like switchbacks. So it just goes like this, and it looks like a ribbon that's kind of twisting over itself. There's also tips for quilting with a twin needle. So there's some things out there. It's making me realize that I should do a blog post about embroidery with a twin needle. Let's see. Okay. I don't see it on here, but double needle. Susan Beck. Of course, Susan Beck has it. Double needle machine embroidery with the foot number 15. So if you go to We All Sew, the Bernina blog, I can actually put this in the YouTube. We All Sew and needle embroidery. But if you are on Instagram where I can't put information like this, just go to We All Sew, search twin needle embroidery or double needle embroidery, since that's what this says, and it shows you how you can do this. It's got really cute, like a bubble design that's stitched twice. So it just creates this really nice 3D effect. Really cool. Lots of fun to play with. Another one that you can do, and this one is maybe even more specialty. Not maybe, it is more specialty than the double needle. A hem stitch needle. So a hem stitch needle has, we're going to pretend this is the normal needle, right, that we're used to that would penetrate the fabric. It has wings on either side. Hem stitch needles are used for heirloom quilting largely. I think they're also used for leather. I don't know if those needles differ, like in gauge and things like that. But it creates a little cutout. Instead of everywhere else where we don't want that needle perforation to be seen, the hem stitch needle is actually going to, it perforates the fabric enough so that the needle perforations stand out, and they help create almost like eyelets, right? Like little mini, like almost like eyelets. So it's going to open things up a little bit. It creates a really beautiful effect. This is, like I said, more specialty. You would have to try out some different designs, because if it doubles back on itself too much or anything, it could actually slice those threads. So you'd want something pretty linear. On your Berninas, you can actually stitch out embroidery. You can embroider any of your decorative stitches. This would be a great time to put a bunch of decorative stitches into the hoop and stitch it out and see how it looks and have some fun with it. But you could have some real fun with the hand stitch needle as well. It would be a great time. Hello to everybody on YouTube. Say hi if you're here. Hi to everybody over on Instagram. This is part of a 3-part series. If you want to go back and watch the others, I'm trying to keep them. I already talked a lot. I feel like we just started. My time blindness is a problem. Trying to keep them short though, right at a half hour. And day 1, we talked about kind of the basics of what you need. Day 2, what did we talk about yesterday? Beginner projects that are great for beginners. Today, we are talking about kind of stretching your legs and having some fun with some 12-weight thread or thick threads in general with some different needles, like twin needles. I'm about to talk about couching. And then we'll talk a little bit about fun fabrics for machine embroidery. So go back and watch those. I tried to keep them short so you can watch them while getting dishes done or laundry or something. Because I could talk forever about this, and y'all know that. Y'all know that. All right. Said, yeah, technology's made me sad, but thank you for your advice. I really had no idea about the hype, and now I'm all in. I purchased my brother when I was in my early 20s, and I'm 30 now. Yes. The Bernina hype. So fast. I have been telling my dear friend Holly Ann Knight over at String and Story. I was like, you gotta go get a Bernina. Like, you have to go get a Bernina. And she was like, no, my machine works fine. And I was like, I'm not saying anything bad against Juki. I'm just saying, like, Berninas are a pretty sweet experience to sew on. And after 3-4 years of friendship, I finally got her onto a Bernina. My life's work. So I love lots of machines. My favorite embroidery machine is the one that gets you embroidering. Sounds corny, but it's true. My favorite embroidery machine is whatever gets you started with machine embroidery. That's the one for you. So let's talk really quick about couching. Now, I don't think this is Bernina specific. I don't think so. But I'd have to hear from some of my Janome and Brother and Baby Lock friends. But Bernina has a couching foot. It is a free motion couching foot. And with this free motion couching foot, this is yarn. So you can just barely tell, but it's actually raised. There's some texture here. Creates that awesome vintage look. You can do it with free motion quilting. You can do it with any free motion sewing, or you can put it on your machine once again for these quilting designs that are nice and open, and then stitch them out that way. The cord, there are limitations on the cord size for the 43 foot. There's also inserts for the hopping foot for the ruler work foot. So there's that as well. But this is a fun way, really fun way to get started with to just have some fun. Basic embroidery. We are hooping fabric. We're hooping our fabric like normal. We are threading our machine like normal. We're just adding a little bit of thread, and there are a little bit of yarn, a little bit of cording, whatever you have. I like it because I'm a knitter. If you could see right there, it is just a mess of yarns that I swear I'll use someday. And I like it because sometimes you end up with these little odds and ends. Oh, Haley's here. Hi, Haley. We're talking about couching. Just so you're caught up. I like it because I knit, so there are little odds and ends to things. Haley said, hi, I love you, and it made me blush. Also because there are threads that I don't know what to do with. There are yarns that I don't know what to do with. So maybe I can just put them in an embroidery project until they get a real knitting project. Perhaps that's a good way to go with it. Haley, if you're still here, I don't know if you left immediately. You could have. Do you know if couching is specific to Berninas? I know some of the other long arms can do it. But since I try to talk to people of all machine brands, I didn't know if you'd know that. Yeah, so love it to death. It is a great time. Play around. Play around. I feel like my number one goal is to get people fearless with machine embroidery. My number one goal. My number two goal is to get people, well, I guess my number one goal is to get beginners using their machines. That's the number one goal. That's a better way to say that because it's going to sound the same if I say it. Get people using their machines. Get your first project on the machine. That is my goal. And maybe later this summer, maybe this fall, we need to have like a get your first machine, get your first design under the needle. Just get your first thing stitched out. My second goal is to get you playing with machine embroidery because it is playful, it is fun. There is cute machine embroidery in the home deck you're buying, in the clothing you're buying. There's in the bags, the accessories. Oh, look, this is and I swear I'm going to make my own. I just never do it. Oh, perfect. Brienne said Viking has a couching foot too. And Haley said, I believe other brands can do it, but I don't know if anyone else has the selection of dedicated accessories for it. Bernina's fully like, there's an app for that. So, Faf has the ribbon embroidery tool, which is very cool. Oh, ribbon embroidery sounds like, and people do, oh, yes, because one of my favorite accounts for embroidery on Instagram is, I think it's Malakari. She's incredible. She's a designer out of DC, and she did ribbon free motion couching with her 43 foot to make a jacket. It was so good. It was so good. So, back to the point, which is we're buying embroidered accessories. This is from a makeup artist and drag queen, Trixie Mattel, my love. And look at this cute embroidered scrunchie. So it's like a mesh. Can you see me? Because I can see you. It's a mesh. We have these embroidered flowers. Embroidery is everywhere. So hello. Let's get you embroidering on everything. It's cute. I swear it's cute. Sometimes I have to convince people. But it's cute. Last thing, before we start to wrap up, like I said, I would love to keep you all day. I'd love to keep you all day, but I won't. Let's talk about some of the fun fabrics we can embroider on. Yes, she does. She works for, oh shoot. She does. Haley said her stuff is super cool. I think she works for a Bernina dealer. That's Malakari. And she does, and I'm trying to think of the name of it. But yeah, she does. Love it. And yeah, isn't that so cute? This is one that I want to make a blog post on because I have the supplies. I just can't do all the things that I have dreamed up. I need more time. Hi, Shane. Shane, my dear friend and Foundations of Machine Embroidery student. So this was just on the spring. Yeah, the spring edition of Creative Embroidery Magazine. This is corduroy. How much fun is that? Embroidery on corduroy is a delight. I loved it. And it's such a cool effect, especially right now, like corduroy. I don't know. I think corduroy like stays in style in one way or another, but right now it's huge because the 90s are huge. So embroidery on corduroy for this bag pattern was, we won't talk about it. I had a hard time, but an easier bag pattern. That'd be great. That'd be great. Isn't that so cute? So cute. Thank you. Sprinkle of Zeal said, oh my God, this bag is the bomb. I can't. Thank you. I loved it. I was so proud with how it turned out. A lot of us get really stuck on like embroidery is for the back of jean jackets and quilting cottons. I almost never embroider on quilting cottons. This is linen. Linen's my favorite thing to stitch on because I love, once again, texture fiend. Love it. Velvet. This is also Creative Embroidery Magazine. With these tassels, I wanted it to be like Santa chic. I don't know if that's a thing, but I'm making it a thing. So this is Velvet, where I stitched out just this cute cross stitch design. In my opinion, we don't have enough cross stitch embroidery designs because they are so cute. And it embossed it basically. It looks embossed. I just found a thread that matched the Santa chic. Santa chic. I'm glad you guys laughed at that one because that was an odd one. It was an odd one. Santa chic might be my style come winter. Just like shaking like a bowl full of jelly, big old red cheeks, having a good time. Sounds great. Sounds great with my comfy velvet PJs. So anyway, oh, I put another one on the back. Is it the same design? No. Come on. Come on. You can tell I've been watching somebody feed Phil when I start saying come on a lot more because he says it all the time. It's a very wholesome show if you want to watch something very wholesome right now. So yeah, when people think like, oh, a different kind of fabric for embroidery, they always think minky or towels. But that's not the only thing. It's not the only thing. Velvets, cork. Cork is awesome. Cork is awesome. These are the coasters for We All Sew. I just dropped my key fob. I saw quite a few of you bought the patterns to do the key fobs. Hold on. I'm disappearing for a second. Ugh. These are from Scissortail Stitches. There's a bunch of them. They are so cute. Can you tell I only had red cork? But super cute. Cork is so much fun to stitch out on. I don't have my toilet paper that I stitched out, but I did stitch out toilet paper at the beginning of lockdown because why not? Why not? It was in the zeitgeist. So, and toilet paper is just a silly thing to embroider on, right? It's such a silly thing. I used to think this is so stupid. Why would anybody do it? And now that I'm a like dedicated machine embroiderer, I realized it's simply because you can. It's simply because you can. It is a fun skill builder. It cracks people up. People are so baffled by it. It's a great way to disparage teams. I had seen that a lot. You put a rival team on some toilet paper, people will get a chuckle out of it, you know. But yeah, it's just fun. It's just a really good skill builder on dealing with delicate fabrics. So that's what we do. Oh gosh, I have to shut up soon. Do you have a class for embroidering on what people may call difficult fabrics? I would be nervous about corduroy and leathers. Leather, vinyl. Vinyl is gorgeous. Pleather, love it. But I know it's possible. So I'm trying to decide. I get really excited and I divulge things before I should. I'm trying to decide how much I should say. Here's what I'm going to say is not yet. Not yet. Foundations of Machine Embroidery is a huge chunk of the picture, but it's not the whole picture, right? I just came up with an example that is only relevant to me. On Instagram, you see here, and on YouTube, you see here, right? So Foundations of Machine Embroidery is Instagram. You get a nice picture. You get to understand. It actually kind of looks better. Won't talk about that. But on YouTube, you see this whole widescreen image. And yeah, I have some gaps to fill in, is what I will say. And they're coming. They're coming. Foundations need some time to breathe. And then there will be more. We have more machine embroidery. Also, in the meantime, I'm thinking Yay. Shane says she's in. Everyone's in. We're all in. Cool. Great. Yeah, so something's coming. Something's coming in the future. No dates. No dates. You can keep holding my feet to the fire. That's fine, but no dates yet. But yeah, we have more to learn. And I do know that I will say this, my plan for some of the we have early summer workshops and then we're going to have late summer workshops. And my plan for some of the late summer workshops is to go into more like fun fabrics and things like that. A little more. I feel bad calling them advanced techniques, but I guess technically they are advanced techniques. Something more involved than quilting cotton. So this is it. Awesome things. We had our 12-weight thread. We have our twin needles. We have couching. And then we have fun fabrics. I don't even consider linen a fun fabric anymore because it's the fabric I use. I love to stitch on canvas and linen. My favorite. Corduroy. Velvet. I got a lot to say about velvet because I messed up the velvet pretty bad the first time around. But now look at it. She's stunning. Santa chic. Bringing it back. I probably should finish Foundations of Machine Embroidery, and I'm so into what I'm doing now that I'm almost stuck there. It's okay. We got this. We got this. You should finish Foundations of Machine Embroidery, especially because, okay, so talking about Foundations of Machine Embroidery, you got like 48 hours to sign up. 48 hours left to sign up if you're going to join us. You get to watch it forever. So if you want to sign up, I don't know when it'll come back. There are no plans for it to come back. It will come back. I'm not saying that to be like scare people, but there are no plans for it to open back up for enrollment right now. None. So with that, if you were like, I'll sign up now, but I can't even get to it till June or July, sign up now. Sign up now. You're going to have the stuff forever. You're going to have the content forever. So do it. You can go back as many times as you want. If you show up for guided study, you get bi-weekly, essentially. It's at least 1 to 2 times a month. Zoom calls where we hang out. You can ask questions. You could say, hey, how did you do that in embroidery on velvet? And I'll tell you. So 48 hours to sign up for that. Tomorrow is my birthday. I turn 33 tomorrow. Today's my sister's birthday. Happy birthday, Tori. She's 2 years younger than me and born the day before me. So, and that happens like 4 times in my family. How weird is that? But anyway, Tori's birthday today, my birthday tomorrow. Tomorrow I am booked and busy, honey. I have Alive at 11 with y'all. Tomorrow we're talking about common machine embroidery mistakes. Alive at 11 with y'all. I have a hair appointment, and then I'm going to get a tattoo. So sign up today, ask your questions today. Tomorrow I will get to your questions, but it might be a minute. So thank you for the happy birthday wishes. I'm so excited. It's going to be a good one. We're going to dinner with my parents tonight, so that'll be a lot of fun. And I think I'm going to go quilt today. So I hope you guys get lots of time to sew. I hope to see you in Foundations of Machine Embroidery. If you have questions for me, first off, you can go ahead and ask any embroidery questions right now. For anybody who's like, you can peace out. But if you have any embroidery questions or Foundations of Machine Embroidery questions, you can ask them right now. You can slide into my DMs or you can email me at info@toughkittencrafts.com. Am I not supposed to? Well, I guess it's on my profile. I just don't know I don't know how the bots work. Am I going to get spam? I got asked to be one of those bots asked me to be their sugar baby again. So always some weird, creepy man or some weird, creepy bot in the DMs. So, all right, y'all. If there are no questions, I love ya. I'll see you tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel. YouTube, Instagram. Aw. See you tomorrow. Bye, everybody. Bye, my babies.